Okay, is it working? Is it working? I've been having such weird network issues today, but yes, it does seem to be working. Uh, I really do think that Google Drive and Dropbox are the most important here. I can add Microsoft OneDrive later, and I guess I could even add Apple bullshit or whatever nonsense they have. Okay, so my goal here is all of this key retention stuff. There is such a thing as a refresh token, and I don't do anything to do with that right now. So what I need to do is figure out how does one get a refresh token. So that's all happening here. That's working fine. Right, that does just give me an access token, so I probably need to use the access token to get a refresh token, would be my guess. Uh, which probably means down here I get the refresh token like this. No. Good guess, but no. Let's go ahead and mention this. Man, I've been having weird internet issues today. Everything is just very slow and strange. I don't blame DuckDuckGo for that slowness. It's all happening on my end. Thanks, useless. Dropbox JavaScript API refresh token. Put JavaScript API in quotes so it'll actually get anything. Okay, well, this isn't what I was looking for. I was looking for Dropbox, but you know what? If I can get it out of Google Drive, I'll want that too. God, this shit sucks. Documentation of all of this shit is so bad. It's driving me absolutely mental. Anything just tokens in general? Auth token from Auth1, team token. Auth token revoke. Maybe when you're requesting an access token, you can also request a refresh token. Except this auth, I don't know anything about it. Hello, Joshua. Okay, what's in a Dropbox auth? Refresh access token, get refresh token, check and refresh access token. Interesting. Refresh access token. Refreshes the access token using the refresh token if available. Get refresh token. Gets the refresh token. Thanks. Check and refresh access token. Checks if a token is needed, can be refreshed, and if the token is expired. If so, attempts to refresh the access token. So, theory, this probably takes a refresh token. Yes, it does. And this can probably get a refresh token. Which means what I really need to do here is... auth dot access token, refresh token, saved refresh, wait auth dot check and refresh access token. Does this say like it throws or returns? Thank you. Good to know that it returns. I'm going to assume out of pure unbridled optimism that that throws if anything goes wrong. And so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to leave in check if the token works, because worst case scenario, this check will work even if this one doesn't. And then here, what I want get access token. Is this just a... The fact that... no, I don't want the access token. I want the... Wait, right, because I only have an So how do I make a... how do I actually, like, request a refresh token? Yeah, I only have an access token. There would have to be some, like, Dropbox request to get a refresh token. Yeah, given that this does not, this is not a promise, this just returns, it is impossible for this to actually give me a refresh token. Unless it's just going to give me the refresh token I give here, and since I didn't give a refresh token here, that means it will give me nothing. So, I am back in the same stupid boat. How do I actually ask for a refresh token? The token access type parameter on your authorization URL enables requesting short-lived tokens per auth. I need to update your code without versioning issues. So I want this token access type equals offline. Inside your access token payload. Weird. Okay. I have a theory. Is this theory correct? No. Just no. It's just not going to be correct. So get authentication URL. Auth type, token. Okay. Now we're talking. This has actually a lot of options that I couldn't see because it's just dumb. Okay, let me go like this. Box dot auth is authentication URL equals auth.get authentication URL redirect URI state auth type state that will be returned in the redirect URL to help prevent cross-site scripting attacks. Okay, that's not important in this context. Other option is code. That doesn't matter to me. Token access type. With an expiration with a refresh token. Okay, it's bizarre that it calls that offline. I mean, I kind of get it, but like, fine, whatever. So, redirect URI is same as it ever was. The state. God, what the hell was the state? The state was weird. State will return the. Yeah. So, because that was an optional string, I can just pass that as undefined. Auth type is token. Arg is offline. Auth type is token and offline. Okay. Now with just extreme amounts of luck, this will do the correct thing. Not fully. I don't have this passing it back in a useful way. But up until that point, it should do the correct thing. It's nice to have a stream where I'm even less popular than in my normal streams. It's very peaceful. Oh, that's on Google right now. That's not what I want. Dropbox, please. I think I was in the middle of... Oh, I know what I was in the middle of last time. Okay, I will, in fact, continue fixing that at some point, but this is not that point. Okay. So that much is fine and as expected. Yes, 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 yes. I'm the one what made this app. Go. Access token. Technically, I shouldn't be showing you this stuff. Token type. What's very interesting... I mean, the main thing that's very interesting is I don't see any hint of a refresh token in this. I see an access token. I don't see a refresh token. But then it did say that it would be like in the access token payload. The hell does that mean? I don't know. So the question is, does it actually have a refresh token, even if it kind of doesn't know that it has a refresh token? So, like, here... Oops, I'm just gonna do this with absolutely nothing. I'm fairly... So I didn't even recompile my... I am fairly certain that I am revealing to you things that I shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to see my tokens. And I'm just showing them to you, because I'm a lazy git. Yeah, this is what I was doing last time that I didn't actually finish. Yeah, okay, so now it's logged in, which is unfortunate because I actually want it not to be logged in. Local forage dot drop. No. Remove item Dropbox token. Did I now? Response type can't be token for offline access. Was that 404? I think that was just 400. Yeah. Let's refresh. refresh token. So maybe... Well, wait, actually, that's not even the... Yeah, it's here where I need to change something. So it's not going to be an access token, it's going to be some other kind of token, which is... What... Yeah, so this... It'll be code instead of token, sure. Why what the hell? What distinction is being made here? I just realized when I thought I was testing it before, I hadn't actually recompiled, so I wasn't. Just one moment here, because I feel like if I wasn't supposed to show you the access token, I'm definitely not supposed to show you the code. Interesting. All it has is a code. It's just code. I have no idea what I would do with that code. Can I construct this? The code is far too short. Like, surely there's another step to turn that code into a refresh token. After the user approves your app, they'll be sent back to your app with an authorization code. Your application stages the authorization code for an access token that can be used to make secure calls to the Dropbox API. Not shown! Probably, Joshua. Code. I see. So this has to be done on a server. And then the server maintains the refresh token. On a scale from 1 to 10, that's fucking annoying. Yeah. I really didn't want to involve a server in all of this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not do this. I'm going to think about refresh tokens later. Because I am now understanding that it's not more trouble than it's worth, but I really, really did not want to involve a server in this. So let's get back to this. Which I guess I should say what I'm doing. Nothing more exciting than key serialization. Okay, so... This actually... Yeah, I think I was done with this, I just hadn't integrated it. Unfortunately, integrating it is going to be a massive pain in the ass. Joshua, I'm making my file name because the key can be any string, but then it turns into a file name on the backend on Google Drive or Dropbox. So I'm turning it into a safe file name, or safeifying it. It's a very tongue-in-cheek name. Nope, safeify the key. Fine. Set item. Name is the serialized key. Upload the data. Look for any other instances. Okay, remove item. Once again, we want to use the safeified key. Length. Okay, so keys needs to unsafeify the name. The trick here is making sure I'm going in the right direction every time. Oh, I never considered safeifying this part of the name, did I? That's actually under util. I hope I didn't use util in the serializer. I didn't. Okay, what I want is this. Safeify the name, otherwise use default. And safeify the name, otherwise use default. And yes, this is annoyingly complicated, but it's actually fine because it's going to use Cloud Directory for all of those. That already safeifies the name. Great, okay. And do the same for Dropbox. Unsafeify that name. Safeify this name. Safeify this name. Safeify this name. Much, much easier in Dropbox because everything is just one API layer deep. That looks good. Right, keys is going to do something weird. I want to unsafeify this name. Drop instance should be fine. Okay. Oops. I should probably get rid of that. Oops, that's still using a code. That's a bad. Dropbox. Yeah, just back to this, please. I mean, the hope is not normal Yahweh's audience, Joshua. I'm happy to have any normal Yahweh's audience here, but I mean, basically, all I am trying to do here is radical openness. Okay. So, right, okay, so that key list should be correct regardless. But if I go over here, and on the side, I go ahead and log into Dropbox and see what my files are, I should have a file with a serialized name instead of that. Non-local forage, key value store. There it is. Yep. What an ugly mess of a name. %21, %40, %23, %24, %25, %5e, %226, %2a, %28, %29. The best name. Exactly, Joshua. Exactly. Yeah, I'll add that in a moment, but that's not the important part right now. Whatever you say, Elon Musk. Now, I'm betting that the story with refresh tokens in Google Drive is exactly the same. And so if I want to use refresh tokens, I just mandatorily have to have a server component. Now, I can have this entire client component working without that. So that's good. I can at least make it optional. But it doesn't seem like I can just make it gone. It can be optional. It cannot be gone. Why does the client have the ability to refresh its own token? Well, I guess, yeah, this client is meant to be used server or client side. Fine. I'm just trying to think, like, why is the API designed this way? It's, security question mark. I'm not 100% confident that I agree that it's actually like this feels like a little bit of security by stupidity, security theater kind of nonsense. You know what? Actually, I'm so desperate not to do that. I'm gonna do some typing related stuff instead. Step 1, break everything. Behold, everything is broken. I mean, I'm the one what's doing it, Joshua. Is extends type of allowed? That doesn't feel like it's going to be allowed. Okay. That's all I need. And I no longer need these casts. Oops, already had that there. Doing a terrible job. Yeah. Just gonna go one file at a time. Just had a random fear that I had never actually put cache forage into the selection. Oops. Oh my god. Ah! It's possibly null, but it's definitely... Oh, actually, that was a good catch! But that's fine, actually. I can just... You know what? Here's what I'll do. Blammo. Well, something you coded but never really used. You probably used everything, but I mean, like the vast majority of the code I've written, Joshua. uh, there is so much like the problem is that it depends on how fine grained you go. If you're very fine grained, then you rewrite almost everything you write by the time that you're actually making any use of it at all. If you go very sort of coarsely grained, where it's like, have I written entire projects that I've never used? I've written projects that I've abandoned, but like literally never made any use of whatsoever? Probably not. There we go. Okay. So I use something like this .dbx stuff, yeah. And I actually use two things, which is grotesque, so... Okay. Temporary. This .dbx I will replace with this .dbx.dbx. And this .temp.dbx dir. This .dbx .dir. Nope, nope, needs to look like this. Type local portion. I mean, so I think maybe a better way to think about it Joshua, is something that perhaps I've expressed before, but most code you write is one-time use. And, it doesn't take much for it to go from one-time use to zero-time use. Like, oh, it turns out that isn't going to do what I wanted, so fine, not actually getting used. Um, I guess the case that's a little bit rarer is like set out to make something that's actually going to last and be useful, but then it isn't. And that's certainly, that absolutely happens too. You know, people make mistakes. Uh, but, with practice, you tend to get a little bit better at recognizing what's going to be a waste of time. Um, but, if somebody's paying me to waste time, then I write code that's not going to get any use all the time. I get paid exactly the same if they're wasting my time or not. Oh, okay, so I'm into Google Drive now. Good. So Google Drive is going to be a real mess because I don't have any of the types. It is referenced in its own initializer. What? It is referenced directly or indirectly in its own initializer. You like 100% sure of that? Because I'm pretty sure it's not. Whatever. It's gonna be an explicit any. Well, there's a useful comment type annotation. I didn't get that from the name. I think the way I've been naming this is this. Okay. It's not at all confusing to have gdpath and gddir. Name path dir. Gotta protect that somehow. I think I'm always amused when people so like people think that they've broken something when it's just not protected at all, or it's not like that was not part of the consideration and breaking it doesn't do anything. I think dir is an ID. Is that what's happening? Cur dir. Yes, yeah. Okay, that's sufficiently confusing that I'm going to rename it dir ID. enter IP. So, like, when in various versions of my poll, having, uh, yeah, exactly. In various versions of my poll, people, act as if they've broken it because they, uh, voted for everything or did some weird tactical voting or something, and it's like that's the system. That's not you've broken nothing. I am enjoying my random ballot based voting system maybe a little bit too much. Okay, this will actually always be set, even if it's not convinced that it will always be set, which actually the way to do it is that. It just means that if it hits the one the majority didn't pick, the majority won't show up, says Joshua in chat. I mean, given that they don't show up anyway, what difference does it make? uh, ooh. Yeah, this was a good catch. That was a full-on actual buggeroony. I think this is the last file. Neat. And the last thing I would like to fix regarding that, I don't have a clean rule. I don't have a clean rule at all. Hello, Speclad. Does this say GNU Makefile? No, it just says Makefile, Speclad. I ain't using GNU extensions. I don't know, I probably accidentally did use GNU extensions. Okay, so let's bring in all of this typing. Gubbins. And then I have quite recently... I guess I'm not 1,000% certain of that, Speclad, but I would be very surprised if it's not. I've quite recently decided that I hate Browserify. uh, Ain't no GNU Make files round here, even though I only use GNU Make. It's not like I've been testing this all with BSD Make, and if I was on BSD, I would probably type gmake. I want rollup and rollup slash plugin common.js and rollup slash plugin node resolve and rollup slash plugin terser. That's that's true, Speclad. That's GNU Make. A lot of what they do is they try to behave that way. They don't always behave that way, but they often try to behave that way. You doing okay there, installation? You just gonna... took a weird amount of time. In this particular case, I really don't feel like I need a module format here, so I'm not even going to try that. This obviously is not libavjs web codex polyfill. This is... Hello, this is non-local forage. And... Is that even what I named it before? Yes, it is. Good for me. And now I should be able to just do rollup-c. Mixing named and default exports, how could you? I don't have any default exports. Oh, I know why. It's because of this. Have I heard of TUP? There's like a very distant bell ringing, but I don't recall. Whee! Why is it that I have to set the module resolution when I set modules at all? There we go. Okay, I'll name it that then. TUP. I'm like 100% certain I've heard that name before. You You having a rough time with today's contraption, Joshua? That fourth word was an absolute killer. Okay, good, good, good. This unfortunately is one where you're not gonna feel any satisfaction when you get it, Joshua. You're just gonna be like, but that's not what that like this. It's rare that a daily contraption makes me remove a word from the word list. Today I removed that word from the word list. I was like, you know what? No, just no. Oh, dang it. I've done everything. So now the only thing I can do is work on refresh tokens. No. Interesting thoughts, Becklad. No, no, no. It's perfect. I've done everything. Shit, that means the only thing I can do is refresh tokens. Okay, so refresh tokens require a server component, which sucks. See, like, this is annoying. This just seems to suggest that you just don't refresh. But that's very stupid. Like, I no longer know what that was in response to, Joshua. See, like, this suggests that only a web server application can get a refresh token. Oh. So the app it actually suggests that an installed application can store a refresh token, so it seems to think it's fine to use it in a local application, to like have it in a local application, which should apply the same to JavaScript browser applications too. It just doesn't provide a path to get one. Joshua, I don't know if you noticed it got a new intro screen. Like I noticed that literally nobody was reading the full help, and so I attempted to summarize it as briefly as I possibly could. And this, 3.1 paragraphs is obviously far too much for anybody to actually read, but like at least it doesn't scroll. It's the best I can do. How did I notice that? Because every time I show Contraption to anybody, in roughly 1 minute, they go, "Oh, I didn't realize this would happen." And it's like, well, you would have if you'd read this. This is not that long. Like, come on. I mean, I know it's not short. It's like 5 or 6 paragraphs long, but like, it's big font size. It's not that. It just isn't that long. It really isn't. But this is much shorter, so yeah. This sucks. This sucks. And also, like, all it says is it lasts a short time. How short is short? Maybe I just live with it. I just really, really, really don't want to do that. I just really don't want to deal with that shit. Did I ever actually get the token from the correct place here? I think I did. Yes. In which case, you know what? I'm going to call non-local forage done for the moment. And what I'm going to do with that fact is maybe make this test into a better demo. It's time to change that. So we'll load local forage itself. That's fine. Load non-local forage. And what I'm going to do it is boxicons.com. Should have known. This recommends unpackage. I don't really like oops. I don't really like unpackage. Google Plus. They still have Google Plus, but they don't have a specific Google Drive icon. That's amazing. I'm gonna go with the Google icon. Ah, I actually don't want this shit. I want this shit. What am I doing? I'm very opinionated. I want all of this to work exactly how I want it to work and not in any other way. That's right, Boxycons. Exactly, Speclad. Have a Dropbox icon. Thank you. Yes, I did load a specific like font with icons and crap just to just to support icons for Google Drive and Dropbox in a demo. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's not a real demo until you import React and jQuery, says Speclad in chat. I have such a revulsion for jQuery. What I want is promise.race. I just remember here's the thing, Speclad. I was there. I've been using JavaScript since like 1998, and so jQuery just always seemed to be like jQuery just had a lot of when all you have is a jQuery, every problem is a nail. Kind of like it was just like this massive thing to solve problems that are barely problems. Which is not similar to the reason why I revile, for example, CMake. I hate CMake because it's just very bad. It's just really, really awful. It's just a very bad piece of software that you shouldn't use. See, that's the issue, Speclad. It doesn't. It doesn't work. Autoconf is stupid, but it works. Autoconf is like horrendously terrible, but it works. CMake is terrible and usually doesn't work, and to make it work, you have to really mangle it into place. Uh, okay, so this will be key local forage. The name will be non-local forage demo. Here is where this needs to be something. For Google Drive, I have a API key and a client ID. Okay. That should be enough of a demo. Good enough for government work. In order to actually test this demo, I'm going to need to get all those keys and tokens that I just got rid of. Hooray! Why are all your tokens saved as JSON files? Asks Becklad in chat. I don't frickin' know. Just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. I sort of anticipated loading them in from JSON, but that doesn't actually make any sense for this use case. Like, it should be being, this is a library, it should be being provided by a user. So I just, like, I set it up as if it was not a library, but it is a library, and it's just, yeah, it's just what made sense at the time. Complete failure. Oh, partial failure. Wait, what? Weird failure. Um, how is it even possible that it got to that point? This should show those login buttons and then wait for one of them to be clicked with the power of race conditions. Oh, I'm an imbecile. That's why. Um, yeah, let's I was about to have nested arrow functions in a way that would have been deeply confusing. Okay, there we go. Really created quite the race condition there. Okay, here we go. Well, except for the fact that absolutely everything is wrong, absolutely everything is right. I hadn't actually tested my file name serialization stuff. So I guess that'll be something I do next time, but next time I'm going to have to plan on something else to do because I definitely don't have an entire hour's worth of work left on this particular project. Okay. I'm going to go make dinner or something. Stream out.